Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Listen to Lewis podcast. It is 9 o'clock a.m. Getting started today. Today's show will be dedicated to none other than Queen G. That's right, Shonta Gibson. Today is Friday the 13th. Let me say that one more time. I couldn't even get it out right. Today is Friday. Damn, where's my voice at today? I think because it's such a sad show. Today is Friday. Today is Friday the 13th. And we are dedicating today's show to none other than Shonta Gibson. Tune in, tell a friend to Playboy Comedy. Mr. Trey Love is in. Let's get right into it.
Something about being Trey Love. They ask me how I do it. This is the best explanation I could give you.
Get your Trey game on. 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 Get your Trey game on.
To get your Trey game on, you got to grind, redefine, look at the whole world and say it's mine. Before I start every day, I take a moment and pray. Thank the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit for blessing me. Trey, lover, boy, king, got Gilroy, make your girl think about me like I'm her toy. I bring joy, satisfaction with no distraction, I guarantee. Pay me a fee, I make you see me in 3D. I'm a celeb, baby, that means a star. Make you redefine the definition of who you are. Limitless dinero will tell you how far you think you wanna go, baby. Do you really know, baby? God gave you a good game, man, that's 5G, baby. Keep everybody laughing, feet tapping. B stole your girl for you know what happened. Virgin tight game, keep them clapping. In the gym, in my book, keep my mind and body strong. My Trey Love just goes on and on and on and on.
Trey game on. Get your 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 Trey game on.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the L2L morning show. Listen to Lewis in the morning show. Yeah, y'all, it is a sad show today, but nonetheless, we got to do it. We got to talk about life. And when you talk about life, people, I want to tell you something. Death is a part of life. Everyone that you know, everyone that you see, everyone that you love, everyone that you're around, from your mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, niece, nephew, they're all going to die. One day, this earth will no longer be in existence. You understand? With that being said, I want to talk about, you all seen the cover, so you know what's going on and you know why I'm doing this show today. My last show was October 2nd of 2023. That was the last live show I did. Because no, actually I went live October 3rd, but I'm gonna tell you what happened on October 3rd. October 3rd, I was chilling that morning. You know, I had just went live, taking care of my business. My phone rang. And it was an old buddy of mine I knew named Eric Green, who is the father of two of Shonta Gibson's children, Madison and Eric. So Eric is a personality himself. You know, he does different things in the industry, little real estate, little of this, little of that. One of those type of people. So my phone rang and it was Eric. I was like, yo, what's up, brother? How you doing? You know, I was like, what's up? You know, excited to talk to him, you know, see what's happening, what's going on in your world, you know? And he was like, man, Trey, I called with some bad news. And I'm like, what's up? He said, man, Shonta passed away this morning. I have to be honest with you all. It hit me literally like a ton of bricks to find out that my longtime friend, Shonta Gibson, had passed away. And it was one of those things, family, where I can't explain it. I want to try to explain it, but there's really no explanation on losing a friend like that. Like when I say a friend, I'm talking about somebody that I have known since I moved to Los Angeles, California. Literally, I've known this woman since I moved to Los Angeles. You know, I just I just want to share that with you. It's real. It's not a joke. I've known this young lady literally the entire time I have been in Los Angeles, California. I'm gonna tell you how I met Shantae. That's what this show is about today. Dedicated to my friend. I'm gonna tell stories. I'm gonna show some pictures. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna vibe out today, man. Talking about none other than Shantae Gibson today, man. We're gonna talk about Shantae Gibson today and hold her up in the light in which she spread everywhere she went. Everywhere she went, she spread light, love, and light. That's what this young lady was about. I moved to Los Angeles from Chicago, but before I moved to Chicago, just to tell you, I was living in Florida. I was raised in Miami, Florida, so that's my hometown. But then I moved to Chicago uh uh about 2005 to regroup my life, to get some things together, to kind of figure some things out. I left Miami and I went to Chicago. Chicago, I kicked butt in Chicago. I ended up going on tour out of Chicago. That was 2006. I went on my college tour all through Texas, Dallas, Houston. I mean, I did so many shows that year, man. That was my top earning year as a comic. I'll never forget it, man. 2006. I was on a college comedy tour by myself, no other comedians, just me. I was a solo act, but I was kicking butt. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to me for that. Hell, getting it in. But I left Chicago in 2008 because at that time some things happened with, I can't really get into the details of it. It wasn't anything per se really too bad or awful, but let's just say I had some changes to make. There was some issues that I was dealing with, and I decided that it would be best for me to go ahead, if I was going to pursue my career, pursue it fully, not pursue it halfway, one foot in, one foot out. I needed to be in Los Angeles, California. I needed to relocate, move my body, my spirit, my life, everything I thought I was, in every which way I was, to Los Angeles. Let this be a lesson to those of you who have goals in life, who set out to do something that's different from what your mama, your daddy, or your family might say. I relocated to Los Angeles, California, leaving behind everything. At the time, I didn't have these two beautiful children I have now. Of course, they were born out here, Ducey and Skylar, but I had twin daughters. And, I just left everything behind. I wanted to be part of their lives. But of course, during that time, I was being ostracized by their mother. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother podcast, things I can share with you. That's why I do my daily dad tips. That's why I can help men who are going to court dealing with being lied on and things of that nature. So, that's a whole, like I said, that's a whole nother story. It's all about Shantae right now. So I moved to LA, y'all. And when I first got here, things were rocky because I came here with my Screen Actors Guild paid. I came here fresh off a comedy tour. I came here pretty much knowing I was a star already. I had already established myself. I had already been on Comic View. I had already done commercials. I had already had like 5 movies under my belt. So I was very experienced and I thought, okay, I'm ready for LA. LA's a whole new animal and a whole new beast. Got out here, got with what I thought were relatives, my cousins. Be mindful of your relatives. Be mindful of cousins. Be mindful of family. Let me just say this. F is for family. And that's for a reason. That's for a reason. That's a whole nother story. Again, I'm gonna keep it slim because I'm talking about my friend today. So I ended up with some family, and believe it or not, the family was associated, affiliated with some less than honorable people, we'll call them. People that were into the gang lifestyle and things of that nature. So long story short, I ended up in an altercation. And it pissed me off so bad until because I was saying to myself, I don't bother nobody. And a lot of times you think to yourself, I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? But people will bother you. Even if you don't bother nobody, people will bother you. That's why you gotta, no matter what, you gotta stay vigilant. You gotta stay strong. You gotta keep yourself in shape, because if anybody does come up on you, and now, especially being a father of kids and stuff, you got to be able to protect yourself. I'm keeping it real as a man. You got to be able to protect yourself. You got to be able to protect the others around you. So long story short, like I said, I was in an altercation and I was furious. It's something that kind of stuck with me, when I first moved here, and it made me so angry because I went into what the VA called homicidal ideation mode. I literally wanted to commit deletion. I wanted to hurt some people because I knew for a fact I had done nothing to, what, at least from what I knew, to be put in a situation where y'all trying to put your hands on me. You see what I'm saying? So long story short, I was with a friend of mine, Tasha, who had done a film with me called Treasure in the Hood. And she invited me to a studio right off Crenshaw. I'll never forget. She was like, "Hey, Trey, you got to come to the studio, and kick it with me, and you got to meet my boy Al." I was like, "Okay, cool." You know what I'm saying? So I went to the studio that day. And again, where I was in life was just, I was just kind of out of it, but I was still trying to make connections, So I kicked it with my girl Tasha. Tasha, big star, by the way. Y'all seen Tasha in a lot of movies. Very attractive woman. But we did a movie called Treasure in the Hood. So I came to LA, boom. Me and Tasha linked up. And when I went to the studio, Tasha was there. I ran into the studio and I was chilling, and I was like, okay, he was showing me his equipment. And it was a young lady sitting over in the corner. And Al said, "Yeah, that's Shantae right there." And I say, "Okay, hey, how you doing, Shantae?" Shook her hand. And then he said, "That's Tyrese's sister." And I was like, "Tyrese, Tyrese?" You know how you go, "Tyrese, Tyrese." So that's what I did. I was like, "You talking about Tyrese, Tyrese?" And she started laughing, and he started laughing. He was like, "Yeah, that's Tyrese's sister." And so I tripped out. I was like, "Wow, that's Tyrese's sister." You know what I'm saying? Shantae, and so we began to talk. I was like, "Damn, Tyrese is your brother?" She was like, "Yeah, that's my brother. That's my little brother." And so I was just like bugging out, like, wow, like I just, again, you in LA. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you move to LA, the circle is so small. You go out a few times, you're gonna run into a celebrity. You're gonna know somebody that knows a celebrity. Because one thing I like about LA, the one thing I do like about LA is that celebrities are very human here. They're very human. They're people. You see them on TV, you see them in commercials, and they're made perfectly. They have that je ne sais quoi, that, every time you see them. But what you don't realize is Hollywood is an image. So when they are put on TV, of course, their makeup, their sound, their audio, their lighting, all of that stuff is set perfectly. You see what I'm saying? So when you get to LA, Hollywood, and boom, like 2 months after I got here, I ran into Shantae. And I told Shantae what had happened to me. I was, like I said, I was upset about some stuff dealing with my family and stuff. So I relocated. And then after I relocated, uh Shantae began to help me out. She was like, "Look, you got to get out." She was like, "You can't sit around and do this, that, and the third. You got to get out." I was like, "Well, I am a comedian, and I asked, I said, would you be interested in managing me?" And she was like, "I don't know about that. Like, I got this going on, that going on." Shantae is a very busy person, as you know what I'm saying, for those was, God rest her soul. But the way they so she was like, "I'm kind of busy." And I was like, "Okay, well, just come out and watch me perform at the Comedy Store." I never forget. She saw me at the Comedy Store and her eyes lit up. She was like, "Oh my God, you are amazing." She was like, "You still want me to manage you?" And I started laughing. Long story short, Shantae began to really invest in me. She took me out. She took me to red carpets. She took me to events. I mean, I really got a taste of what Hollywood was early because of her. I have to give credit where it's due. This young lady right here, Shantae Gibson, man, I'm telling you, when I first got to LA, the first person to really invest in me and take the time to put me out there to get me some notoriety. Hey, this is Trey Love, funny comedian. This is Trey Love with Shonta Gibson. And I'm so grateful to her for that, man. And here's the thing, y'all, it gets greater. It wasn't just that. Shonta kept me abreast of everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I know podcasting is a big thing now. I'm podcasting right now. You know what I'm saying? On my own. But back in like 2009, 2010, in that time frame, 2011, podcasts, they had a thing called Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk was real big. So shout out to Carla, EOTM, and the whole staff over there. Carla and Shantae had met. And so I remember, I'll never forget, Shantae called me. I had my apartment over in where was I living at the time? Hawthorne. And I'll never forget, Shantae called me. She was like, "Hey Trey, you want to do radio?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, I want to do radio. What's good?" You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, "Yeah, I want to do radio." And she was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna hook you up with this team I'm working with, EOTM." And it was Carla EOTM Simpson and her sister Mocha D, Sweet Tea, a couple other people, but shout out to them, man. The EOTM family was my folks. So they ended up doing the Trey Love show. It was on Sunday nights from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Man, when I tell you, to this day, y'all, if you go to Blog Talk Radio and look up Trey Love, the Trey Love show, you'll see that I have over 70,000 spins. That was a connect Shantae gave me, man. Shantae believed in me. I'm talking about everywhere she went that she needed a talent, she put me on. Everywhere she went, she needed a talent, she put me on. And for that, I am forever grateful. I appreciate her, man. She really, really held me down. So we did EOTM for a while. We ended up doing a big show in Atlanta. I ended up meeting T-Pain's mother, Mama Payne, shout out to her. And I ended up meeting Lil Wayne's mama as well. Shout out to her. And it was kind of like, and at the time I was working with a superstar artist who I will be at her birthday party, October 29th. I'll promote that show a little later. Probably, catch me Monday. I'll promote her show. But Black Diamond, who is one of my favorite rappers, a favorite female rapper, she's having a birthday party October 29th. But it was me, Black Diamond, Shantae, Mama Payne, Lil Wayne's mother, and Neo's mother as well. Can't forget Lori, man. Can't forget her either. And man, we had a blast in Atlanta. The show was off the chain, man. It was the EOTM Awards. And shout out to Carla, man. Carla is a real go-getter, man. She's supposed to be on the show with me. I hope she joins one day. She may not join today, but I hope soon we can get Carla to come in and do a podcast with us, because Carla and the EOTM family set is where I really, really got my legs in the podcasting game. Man, we was podcasting, man. We was celebrating each other. You know what I'm saying? Life was just fantastic at that time, man. Like I say, we just got so much to share, so much to do. You know what I mean? And so long story short, Shantae, after that, not too long after that, Shantae met the love of her life, Mr. Eddie Bell. I want to shout out Eddie, man. I know Eddie, man. I want to shout that brother out just from the heart, from the bottom of my heart, man. That dude, a lot of people don't know. Eddie really, really rocked with his wife, man. He took care of Shantae all the way to the end, man. And Eddie, man. He's he's so appreciated for that, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she met Eddie, they fell in love. They ended up having, I know they had two sets of twins, and one of the twins unfortunately passed away, but they continued to, be together. I know that when she left here, she moved to Texas for a while, and then she moved to Atlanta. Well, Vegas, Texas, and then Tyrese moved the family to Atlanta, and that's where unfortunately Shantae met her in. But when I say Shantae was family, man, like when I literally say Shantae Gibson was family, Shantae Gibson was family, man. Let me show y'all this picture real quick. This is my sister right here, y'all. That's my sister on the right. She passed away in 2020. And when she passed, and that's Shantae. That's my sister, and that's Shantae. And both of these women are gone. And it's just crazy how two of my strongest allies, two people that believed in me, that like truly believed in me, that knew the talent that I had, are not gone. My big sister, I mean, we out there in Vegas partying. I miss my sister, and I'm missing Shantae too, and I'm gonna miss Shantae because these are the type of people, man. You gotta understand, these are the type of people that when they had your back, they had your back. When they loved you, you knew you was loved, man. And without these two here, man, I mean, one thing I'm gonna tell y'all is one thing about life. I learned this from my Uncle Lloyd. One thing about life, you ain't gonna survive it. You're not gonna survive life. So what you got to do is you got to get up and you got to go every day. You got 24 hours in a day. Make use of them. And that's one thing I want to shout Shantae out for doing. She made full well use of her 24 hours. Amen. I mean, me and Keisha Simone, shout out to her. We were talking yesterday. Me and Keisha Simone actually got married on this TV show. That's a whole nother story. See if I can find that clip too. But we were talking yesterday, and we talked about how consistent Shantae was. Shantae was going live each and every single day like it was a full-time job. Whether you were watching, whether you wasn't watching, Shantae was going live. That was her thing. And I mean, but if you knew Shantae, it wasn't something to be surprised at. It wasn't something that was shocking. You know what I'm saying? If you knew Shantae, you knew her personality. If you knew how she really got down, all you could say is, "Well, yeah, that's just Shantae. Shantae it's going down." Even her daughter was like, I talked to Star. Shout out to Star too, man. Star gave me a call, man. You know what I'm saying? I was wishing her condolences, but she was wishing me condolences as well because she was like, I got to call all my mama friends. And you know, the girl she was a busybody, man. She stayed on live, she stayed on sets, literally like the crazy thing is, and I want to get into this part. It was a very sad day, October 3rd of 2023. Like I said, when Eric, shout out to Eric too, her children's father. When Eric called me and told me, he said, "Man, Sean passed away this morning." And I couldn't believe it. I was just stuck because it's in the archives. If you go to her page, she was literally live October 2nd. I called Big Keith out in Vegas. Shout out to Big Keith. See, it's so many people that can get shout out because Shantae touched so many people. Big Keith was like, I just did an interview with her 2 days ago. Everybody, I'm talking about, I think what makes it such a shock is because when they say here today, gone tomorrow, you literally saw Shantae in her element, kicking it. Yo, y'all. Hey, y'all. What's up? I'm in here cooking for my kids. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know, 5 days before her passing, there was a big party at Tyrese's house. She was like, and I'm going to show y'all some clips from that too. She was like, yeah, y'all, I'm at this event. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I mean, she was busy. I mean, Shantae did not sit down for nothing. She was always on the go, on the move. She was busy. So when this tragic event happened, it was a shock to people. You know, to me, it's like, and to, you know, me as well, because it just was like, Shantae, wait a minute. Wasn't she just, you know, so to hear that she passed away, it was mind-boggling. And I want to shout out us as Black people. Let's watch our health and let's get our affairs in order. Kevin Samuels and David Arnold. Now Shantae Gibson. These are people that were literally live within 24 hours of their demise, within 24 hours of them passing away. That's the beauty of the internet. I want to say the good thing is if we have us, the people that are going to miss them, we do have these breadcrumbs of their life. You know, I'm able to see pictures of Shantae. I'm able to, which I'm going to do in a minute, is show videos of Shantae. So even though her flesh is gone, her spirit will live on because we have these archives of videos to be able to watch and enjoy her talent, enjoy her expression. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's so sad, man. I'm so sad that, I found out my friend had passed. And I just want to tell you all something too, man. Uh Shantae was real. Like when I say real, this girl was literally, she was authentic. She wasn't like your regular just run of the mill chick. Shantae was a real authentic human being, man. I mean, she shared everything with us. Everything with us. When I say us, I'm talking about all of us. But she sometimes maybe shared a little too much, if you know what I mean. Speaking of sharing a little too much, I want to show you all this video that she made with her husband about her epilepsy. And it's what's sad about it is it's almost as if she predicted her own death. That's what was sad about watching this video. I'm gonna tell you. I watched it the other day and I was like, man, Sean, how, like, really, is this what's going on right now? I mean, y'all bear with me a minute. And check out my link tree. Go to link tree and put in Lewis Trey Love Smith to see all that I'm doing and pursuing. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna find this video real quick for y'all. And shout out to all the people that continue to support me, man, support my journey. I'm gonna just say to you, you are much appreciated and loved, and I'm grateful for you. I'm gonna show y'all this video, man. It's kind of heart wrenching because it's crazy that when I saw it, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I just was like, wow. But again, if you know Shantae, all you can say is that's Shantae. Shantae didn't give a damn. She didn't. All right, we're gonna go on and get into this right here. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. All right,
Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this day. Please forgive me for everything that I've ever done wrong. This is what happens when epilepsy takes charge of your life.
Hurry up! Daddy, go home! Mama has a seizure!
Mama just had a seizure. For real? I'm on my way. Y'all hang tight. I'm gonna call 911 as soon as I get there, all right? Yes, 911. Yes, my wife is having a seizure right now. Yes. Yes, I need an ambulance. Yes. Okay. Okay, y'all. Ambulance is on the way, okay? Yeah, I know. Oh my God. Okay, honey?
That video her and her husband made June of this year. it's mm, when you watch that video, it's as if she predicted her own death. Man, that video was hard to watch. It's literally hard to watch. It's hard to watch because that's literally from my hearing. I've heard, again, I'm a friend, so people call, you hear things from different people and stuff like that. But that's the way it happened on October 3rd of 2023, and that video was made in June. So you got June, July, August, September, October. That video was made 5 months ago. And Shantae knew she had seizures. She knew she was having epilepsy and things of that nature. So she made that video, I get, and she mentioned bringing attention to epilepsy and seizures. And like I said, from my understanding, October 3rd, she went into a seizure, and Eddie, her husband, the gentleman who's in the video, went to check on her while she was in the room sleep. That's Eddie right there, and that's her brother Tyrese. Eddie went in the room to check on her and, thought she was asleep. Usually when she would have a seizure, she would sleep it off. That's what, I heard from her daughter, Star. And this particular night, when she went to sleep, no, this particular day, rather, when she went to sleep, she had a seizure. And then when she went to sleep, Eddie went in there and checked her breathing and stuff like that, and she was gone. And he was trying to revive her and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that will be the last time that any of us would ever hear her voice and would ever see her face in real time. We got pictures and we got video, but the authentic human flesh and blood Shantae Gibson is no longer with us. For her community, first of all, I want to shout her husband out. Let me start with the people that were the closest in her life. I used to joke with her about her husband, y'all. Like y'all see Eddie right here. I used to joke with Shantae. I would say, Shantae, do you and your husband make love to your brother's music? Because if you look at it, Eddie and Tyrese, they look like they could be brothers. I was like, Shantae, you boy, that dark skinned bald head dude, boy, that's your thing. But I used to joke with her about that. But I want to shout out the people that knew her the most and the people that are most gonna be affected by this. I want to start with Eddie Bell. Shout out to you, brother. You lost your wife. You lost your best friend. You lost the mother of your children. 15 years Shantae and Eddie have been together. So shout out to you first and foremost, brother. I know that. And then again, you got 4 kids. 3 that you have with her and 1 that you took on that was hers with her other baby's father, Eric. So between Eric and the other 3 kids, Eddie has a lot on his plate now. He has to do this alone. He no longer has a wife. He no longer has a woman to stand in the wings and take care of him and his children. See, when you got the right woman in your life, she doesn't just take care of the kids, she takes care of you as well. That's why women be joking, oh yeah, I got 5 kids, 4 including my husband. Yeah, because and that should be an honor for a woman to take care of. Steve Harvey talking about it's a man's job to take care of a woman and some children. Well, guess what, women? It's your job to take care of a man and some children too. Since Steve want to put it like that, it's your job not to just sit and be taken care of. It's your job as a woman to take care of a man and take care of some children too. I said it. I don't care who get mad. I meant it. And that's what's wrong with a lot of modern women today. They don't realize, people like, dang, Shantae got a husband. She took care of her husband. Her husband took care of her. They took care of each other. That's how that thing worked. She got a husband because she knew how to take care of that man. You see what I'm saying? They got some beautiful wedding pictures and stuff, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Shantae and her husband, man. Shantae's no longer with us. Shout out to her husband. But there's a I think Eddie's trying to raise money. Please go to his page. His name is Eddie Bell. You can go to her page too and find out more information, but he has to do this on his own. Those kids need clothes, shoes, and assistance. So let's not only lift him up in prayer, let's also lift him up with our wallets. Like seriously. Let's help take care. Because Shantae was an amazing human being. She had them beautiful kids. And even though she's no longer with us, we as the community got to do our part. It's up to us to continue to let her legacy live on. And her legacy lives on through those kids. So let's make sure we do our parts to care for Miss Gibson's family. Next, I want to shout out Tyrese. Tyrese Gibson. I've heard things. Again, I want to make it clear. I don't know Tyrese personally. I don't have contact with Tyrese. I don't have that kind of bond with Tyrese. I know him. I've met him, but I don't. Let me say this: I met him, but I don't know him. We haven't sat and like, Trey. So what you thinking? I don't have that kind of relationship with him, so I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people like to, because a person's a celebrity or related to a celebrity, they like to hang on to the coattails. I knew Shantae. Shantae is my friend. God rest her soul, was my friend. I don't know Tyrese like that, so I don't even want to pretend I do. But I know when I lost my sister, I know how much that ish hurt me. I was devastated when I lost my big sister. Shout out to her husband, Chris, too. Shout out to Chris. Chris has been the greatest ambassador that you can ever imagine by keeping in touch with me, still doing the certain things that Monique would have done for me. Chris has been Johnny on the spot with everything, man. I couldn't ask God for a better brother-in-law. Thank God for you, Chris. I thank God for Chris. But like I said, I know how it was when my sister left me. And I know how much it hurt when my sister left me. I know how confused I was when I got the call that my sister had passed away. I was just like, wait, what? You know? I remember that feeling like, hey, my brother-in-law called me with tears in his eyes. He was like, your sister gone, man. Your sister gone. I was devastated. I was devastated. I was just in sincere and sheer disbelief. Like my big sister, my family, my sister. And out of all my siblings, this is the one who literally loved everybody. She got along with all of us. The other ones, we all, hey, this, that, whatever, boom. But this girl here was the glue. It's so funny because at her funeral, uh, some people, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm guilty. Some of us was looking at each other a little crazy and stuff, because we really didn't want to be around that person. But we all knew that no matter what it was gonna take, we were going to show this girl her respect. We were going to put our differences aside to lay our sweet, dear family to rest. Monique, you are missed in love, baby. And now you and Shantae are together. Wow. This picture right here, when my brother-in-law sent it to me, it threw me off. Man, I was like, this is crazy. My sister and literally my entertainment sister, two of my greatest allies are gone. My greatest allies are no longer on this planet. That's hard, but it's reality. And it's an experience that I have to deal with and I have to wake up and accept every single day. I have no choice but to accept the fact that these people that I love, these people that I cherish, these people that were family, friends are gone. A couple years ago, too, Shantae lost her mother. This is Tyrese's mother and Shantae together. And Shantae often talked about how much she loved her mother and how she missed her mother. And her mother, she was preceded in death by her mother, also her sister Solandra. But Shantae's mother's no longer here. Now Shantae is with her mother. Look at that smile on her face. Look at both of them. Shantae and her mama. What a picture, man. Woo. 2014, July 7th. On my birthday, I had open heart surgery. I ended up in a coma for 4 days. I didn't wake up until July 11th. When I woke up to the news that I had suffered a stroke. Let me tell you what happens when the chips are down. People will literally try to kill you. I had suffered a stroke, and I ended up dealing with so much more after that until I now don't stress about nothing, because what I realize is these people that are trying to stress me out, they're doing it on purpose. I had a brother pull me to the side. He was in the medical field, and he said to me, he said, "Hey, brother Lewis, I want to tell you something, man." I was like, "What's up?" He said, "Your heart is still connecting. Your heart is still tender. Don't allow these people to stress you out, because your heart isn't fully healed from the surgery." And I thought about that, and I was like, wow. I have heart disease, y'all. I literally walk around every day with heart disease. So just like Shantae, just like Kevin Samuels, just like David Arnold, I could be sitting here live today, and y'all be like, "Yo, what, Trey Love?" And I'm already on to my next life. You see what I'm saying? Don't take life for granted. What the lesson that I learned from losing my sister, from losing Shantae. My sister was at dinner, literally with her husband, the night before she passed away, sitting down having dinner. And the next day she was gone by 11 o'clock. Kevin Samuels had just got off a live. He was doing his live, and the next day we got the news that morning. How I'm sitting here live with you all right now, David Arnold was at work, literally on Zoom with, whatever film he was working on, TV show. He was at work, literally on a Zoom call. Went up to go get something out the refrigerator and passed away. That was September 7th of last year. Don't take life for granted, family. I'm telling y'all right now, please don't take life for granted. Your goals and dreams, please get up and go out and get them every single mother flipping day. Please don't hesitate. I'm gonna show a few pictures, and then speaking of pursuing dreams, is something I've been working on for quite some time, and I'm excited to premiere it and tell you all about it right now as soon as I get through showing these pictures, man. And I want to talk about each of these pictures. I want to show this picture one more time, man. Shout out to these two angels, two people that believed in me, two people that I cared about, two people that befriended and both loved me. Shout out, rest in peace to my sister Monique Smith, and rest in peace to Shonta Gibson. I want to say to the Shantae's family, to her husband Eddie, to her brother Tyrese, to her brother June, to her daughter Tanisha, to her daughter Star, to her son Eric. The other three kids I don't know, but I know those are Eddie's kids. I want to cover those in Christ's blood. I want to say to all of us, because it is an entire community of us that loved Shantae. Shantae was a real Carla. Shout out to all of us that will definitely be missing this woman. Shout out to the friends in Texas. Shout out to the friends in Vegas. Shout out to all of us in LA. Shantae, you really did your thing, man. And I know you saying to yourself, boy, I know you saying wherever you at, I knew Trey was going to do me a dedication show. You damn right. Because, sister, you held me down. You were a real friend, sister. You really lifted me up from the bottom. I want to shout out Shantae and her mother. Rest in peace to both of these souls. These pictures are so surreal, man, because they look so alive. They look so happy. And this wasn't 5-10 years ago, y'all. This is a recent picture, a couple years ago. And last but not least, somebody I got to shout out, man, somebody who really gave me the game, man, is my mama, man. Mama, you got a lot of them up there with you now. You got a lot of them up there with you. And I'm realistic enough to know that one day y'all going to get the call. Hey, Trey. And guess what? When you get the call, I say this to you. know that just like Shantae, know that each and every single day of my life, know that I'm taking my medication, know that I'm drinking plenty of water, know that I'm exercising, know that I've slowed down on things that are detrimental to my health. Notice I said slow down. I keep it real with myself. I'm not going to live in some fantasy like I'm never going to engage in cannabis again, that I'm never going to have a drink again. I'm going to say this in moderation, yes, but I'm still going to do things that I like to do. I like to have a drink every now and then. I enjoy enjoying some cannabis every now and then. Not like I used to. I used to go every day. I'm gonna be honest with you. A day wouldn't go by where I wouldn't have a sip or I wouldn't have some cannabis. But see, I'm on a health kick now. And when I say a health kick, I'm on a lifestyle change. And that's what I employ all of you to do, all of us to do, is be on a lifestyle change. Let's not just change for a minute and say, yeah, I'm on a health kick or I'm on a diet. Let's change our entire lifestyle. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we pray. Let's change the way we allow things to affect us. I'm gonna tell you, I be so excited about life because I realize, man, I'm in it. You in it. We in it. And it's not forever. Reality is everyone's going to die. Everybody that you know is going to die. Everyone, every single one. So you better enjoy this moment. When I got that call October 3rd, that was the last call I expected to hear. Some people, I hadn't seen Shantae in years because again, she relocated. But I just did an interview with her a month, 2 months ago. She interviewed me on my situation with my kids. That's the person she was. Shantae was about you. You know what I'm saying? Shantae did them interviews. She went live every day. I'm so excited and proud of her. And I'm proud more than anything to have known her, to have been able to have had a friend named Shonta Gibson. Shantae, wherever you are, I want to say to you from all of us, because there's so many of us that love you, so many of us that miss you. I want to say to you, my sister, rest in eternal peace. And I want to say this, job well done. You, Shantae, you did your thing. You did your thing. You casted films. You did PR. You did media. You put me on the radio. You had me at red carpets. I hosted your 35th birthday party. Remember that? The Canary Yellow birthday party? Y'all, I hosted her birthday party, man. Y'all don't know. Shantae was a diamond, man. She was a diamond and she will be missed. So shout out to Tyrese and the whole gang over there. Shout out to June, all her kids, the whole family, man. Nothing but love, grace, and the blood of Jesus on and through and to all of you. If you believe in that. If you don't believe in that, I pray condolences and grace to you. I pray for condolences and grace to you. All right, y'all, before I get out of here, man, everybody get ready, man. It's a 6-week comedy course. You want to learn how to create a 15-minute comedy set. You want to learn stage presence. You want to learn basic joke structure. You get a one-on-one weekly with yours truly. There'll be industry pop-ins and feedback. You will also learn comedy as a business. Classes start actually November 11th, not November 4th. They start November 11th. You can call 323-975-3696, or you may send an email to listen2louis@gmail.com. That's LISTEN, the number 2, LOUIS @gmail.com. I have been on Comic View, CSI, Comedy Central, movies, TV, and commercials. I also have a dry bar special at. I told a guy to put that up there. He didn't put that on this flyer. So we're going to add it to the next one. Guys, I'm truly excited about starting this comedy class. I have been hounded almost. People be like, Trey, you should do a class. You should do a class because I have experience with Toastmasters. I used to teach school. I have a bachelor's degree. And I've been doing stand-up comedy for 27 years. 27 years. I'm going to say this, y'all. I know how to fit any crowd, anytime, any place. When I say any crowd, I'm going to start doing daily mic tips too. I do daily dad tips. I'm going to start dropping my daily dad tips and I'm going to start dropping my daily mic tips as well because I want the world to know. I want people to know and be prepared. Get yourself ready to take this class, and I want the world to be better. So when I'm dropping these tidbits, a lot of open mics suck because comedians aren't putting in the work. They aren't putting in the structure. They aren't putting in the writing. See, a lot of people, that's why I name the class the You Think You Funny comedy course, because a lot of people think that they're funny. You got your friends talking about, oh yeah, you funny, you need to do comedy. You funny, you need to do comedy. Well, you might be funny, but do you know how to write a joke? Do you know joke structure? Do you have stage presence? Do you know how to hold the mic? Do you know what to do when you hit the stage? Have you prepared your opening joke? You see what I'm saying? There's much more that goes into stand-up comedy than just running around saying I'm funny. It's a lot more that goes into it. And that's why I'm teaching this class. And it's time. It's time, man, because let's get out of this mode of thinking we can just, I can, when people tell me, oh, I can do what you do, and I laugh. I say, well, try it. I had a chick one time while I was on stage talking about how funny I wasn't. I said, well, why don't you get up here and try it? She got up there and straight bombed. People don't understand comedy is subjective. It's subjective. I've been doing this 27 years, man. I'm now prepared and ready to share my gift with you. But as they say, the game is to be sold and not told. All right, y'all. This has been a fantastic day and a fantastic show. I want to say before I get out of here, man, this was a really wild show to have to do, a wild show that needed to be done. To know that I'm literally doing a comedy show, a podcast dedicated to my fallen friend. To know that Shonta Gibson is no longer with us. She's passed away. She's gone on to glory. But we all got to go on to glory. Don't forget that. The takeaway I want you all to have from this show is the fact that death is part of life. Death is part of life. Death is a reality. Just as sure as you living, just as sure as you gonna die. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what kind of health or shape you in. I don't care what kind of health or shape you are not in. Regardless of whatever, in this life, this flesh will go back to the dirt. And the earth itself has a life. See, a lot of people don't believe in scientificness. They want to just go on religion and say, well, the Bible didn't say this. Let's just be frank and be real. It's a lot more to life and to reality than just the Bible. It is. And I'm a Christian. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm a full-fledged Christian. And I study some Islam and I study other things, but I'm a Christian. But I'm here to tell you that no matter how hard you pray, no matter what you do, being a Christian can give you a good quality of life. Yes, it can. When you follow the teachings of Christ, when you eat right, when you do good by people and you obey the commandments, those things can give you a good quality of life. But let's face the reality. One day, your life is going to be over no matter who you are, no matter what state you're in, no matter what state of being. One day, your life is going to be over. And before I get out of here, man, I usually end playing my song, but today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to play this video that's dedicated to Shantae. Somebody posted it on her page, and I literally was like, man, I got to share that during my podcast, and I'm going to do as what I said. I'm going to share this on my podcast, and then I'm going to be out, y'all. Because I got so much more to do. I got to get into my day and all that kind of stuff, but I still want to make sure that I definitely want to pay. Hold on, y'all. Proper homage to my friend. I want to pay proper homage to my friend, Miss Shonta Gibson. Whew. Rest in peace, Shantae. And after this, like I said, y'all, I'm out. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fantastic day. Put God in his perspective place, which should be first and foremost in your life. I know he's first and foremost in mine. So I'm going to play this video. And then after that, I'm out. Please don't forget to send me an email, send me a phone call if you want to jump in this comedy class. But for now, we're going to hail the queen.